want to get right now to the CNN exclusive. Pedro and Onil Castro speaking publicly for the first time about their brother Ariel, the decade of torture he allegedly inflicted on his victims, and the impact that all this madness has had on them. Martin Savidge in Cleveland with an exclusive story you will see only on CNN.
When you were arrested on Monday and brought in, were you told why you were under arrest?
Absolutely not. No.
You had no idea?
No. No. Not for 48, maybe 36 to 48 hours later.
Pedro, when did you become aware?
Well, there was an inmate that didn't speak English, so I translated for her. So then I asked her, now that I help you, can you help me?
This is to the officer?
Yes. And she said, sure. What you want to know? I want to know what am I being charged for? So she said, okay, I go see. So she comes back and she's got a piece of paper written down whatever I was in for. And because I didn't have my reading glasses, I looked and I said, oh, open containers. She said, no, read it again. And I said, oh, kidnapping. What's this, kidnapping?
Where was Ariel?
Ariel was in the front, more toward the front, on suicide watch.
Did he ever go past you? Did you ever see him? Or
I did. Because where he was at, there's no toilet. So across from my cell, there was one open, so he came there, used it. Then that's when I seen him. And when he came out, he said, peace to me.
So evidently that happened with him over there. And when he walked past me, he goes, Onil, you're never going to see me again. I love you, bro. And that was it.
So when did you become aware of what he did?
Well, just shortly after that, when the detective took me into the room and started asking me questions and showing me pictures of the girls. And when he showed me the pictures of the girls, asked me, do you know these girls? He showed me first. I can't tell you I can't even tell you which one he showed me first, but he says, have you ever seen this girl? And I said, no, I've never seen that girl. And then he showed me the other one, have you ever seen this girl? I said, no, I have never seen that girl. And he says, that's Gina, DeJesus, and Amanda Berry. And my heart felt, I just dropped, not physically, but I just hit the ground. And after he said, that's Amanda Berry, and they were in your brother's house.
You had been to the house. You would go to the house.
Yes.
I mean, how often?
No, not how often. I didn't go to his house very much. But when I did, he would let me in, past the kitchen.
Could you see anything beyond the kitchen?
No. Because there's curtains.
Do you have the house blocked off with curtains?
Mm-hmm.
And what about, could you hear anything in the home?
No, the radio was playing all the time.
He would play music all the time?
Yeah. If not the radio, the TV. Something had to be on at all time in the kitchen. So I couldn't hear nothing else but the radio or the TV.
Did you, in any way, know, help, assist your brother in the horrible things he's accused of doing?
Absolutely not. No idea that this horrific crime was going on.
Pedro?
No.
You know there are people who will say you had to know. How is it possible for so long in that home, your brother, you couldn't know?
For those people out there, I'm going to tell you something. I had nothing to do with this, and I don't know how my brother got away with it for so many years, because that would never cross my mind.
He fooled you.
He fooled me.
Do you worry now that people will always suspect that you actually did have a role?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the people out there that know me, they know that Onil Castro is not that person, has nothing to do with that.
Same. I couldn't never think of doing anything like that.
What is your brother to you now?
A monster, a hateful. I hope he rots in that jail. I don't even want them to take his life like that. I want him to suffer in that jail to the last extent. I don't care if you even feed him what he has done to my life and my family's.
I feel the same way.
To the both of you now, he no longer exists. He
Right.
Yeah.
He is gone.
He's goner.
Almost as if he were dead.
Yeah.
The monster's a goner.
If you could talk to Gina, if you could talk to Michelle, if you could talk to Amanda, and in a way you are, I guess, what would you say?
I would tell them that I'm sorry that you had to go through this. That I always thinking about these girls being missing, and I'm just grateful that they're home and you know, out of that horrible house, and I just tell them that I'm sorry for what Ariel done. Cause see, not much. It's Felix. I know him for a long time, and when I found out that Ariel had Gina, I just broke down. Cause it's shocking. Ariel, we know this guy for a long time, Felix, and
This is Gina's father.
Yeah, Felix DeJesus.
Yes.
And you got his daughter, and you go around like if nothing. You even went to the vigils. You had posters. You give his mama a hug, and you got his daughter captive.
O'Neill, the same thing. I mean, if you
Absolutely the same thing. I just want also the families to get the justice for the to the fullest extent. This has torn my heart apart. This has killed me. I am a walking corpse right now.
Why are you talking to me?
I want the world to know that Onil and Pedro had nothing to do with this. It was a shock to me to learn that my brother Ariel was doing this.
Well, I want to thank you both for talking to us, and for sharing with us, and opening up to us.
Thank you, and
Thank you, and I hope the world listen to us. And
we want it back to normal.
You already got your monster. Please give us our freedom.
And you can tell that that is a gut-wrenching and soul-searching interview that was done by those two brothers. There was nothing that we didn't talk about, couldn't talk about. But most of all, they wanted to express again how grateful they were that those women are free, and to make sure that people knew that they had nothing to do with it, because since all of this has come out, they have not been able to go home. There are death threats against the family. Their homes have been broken into, and they are terrified for what could happen to them as well.
Martin, that was simply a riveting interview. Fantastic work there. What are these brothers going to do now? I mean, how long do they intend to stay in hiding?
Yeah, well, the hope is that by having their story told, and especially by having it told on CNN and as widely as it can reach with that this will tamper down emotions, that this will make people realize that, as Pedro put it, the monster is in jail now, and that the rest of the family is not to be blamed for this, and they hope that very soon they will be able to return home.
And how much second guessing is going on? How much of their past are they digging through? The memories are they pouring over, trying to see what signs there may have been over the last 10 years?
So much of this, John, is going on right now. I mean, you could tell in talking to them, you know, they are haunted by so many things, and there's actually more in this interview that we will get to later, that they saw little things, but They never made them all into one big thing, that moment of realization. They're embarrassed, they are shocked, I mean, the litany goes on and on and on. And it's not only then finding out about the horrors that were carried out on these women, one of whom they knew personally, but then that last realization that, oh my God, it was my brother. It was a devastating blow.
Trying to come to terms with their family, trying to come to terms with themselves, trying to come to terms with the last 10 years. Martin, terrific work. Thank you so much. We will come back to you soon. Appreciate it.